So the buses aren't running, you lost your MagicBand, and the Mickey bar you just bought your 5-year-old is on the ground. Yeah, there's lots of Disney problems that can be a huge hassle for your vacation, but don't worry, we're here to help. We've got 15 Disney problems that you can solve in 5 minutes or less. Let's get started. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we are here to help. We are here to make sure that you know what to do if these issues and problems plague your Disney vacation. So we've got lots of solutions to some very common Disney problems. Don't worry, it's not just you that this is happening to, and we've got solutions for you so you can head into the parks ready to deal with anything. First up, those buses aren't running. So you booked a super early dining reservation so that you could get in and take those pictures with nobody else in the park, but it's the morning of and the buses aren't running yet. Believe it or not, this does happen if you're trying to get out at 6 a.m. or 6:30, 7 a.m. Sometimes even the breakfast bus, they actually do kind of have a breakfast bus once in a while. Sometimes even the breakfast bus isn't running, or it's taking a really long time for a bus to come and you're running late for your reservation. No problem. You just need to call a taxi, a ride share, or a minivan. Now, minivans run between 6:30 a.m. and 12:30 a.m., so you should be able to grab a minivan for any early dining reservation in the parks. And of course, taxis are always available. Just ask the cast member at your hotel or ask any employee at the hotel you are staying at to call you a taxi, and they should be able to do that super quickly. If you have the Lyft or the Uber app on your phone, you can also call a rideshare service. So I know that's a little extra money than you probably wanted to spend, but it is a solution to your problem if Disney's free transportation isn't running yet when you need to get going. Now, just so you know, free Disney transportation hours for Disney are 45 minutes prior to park opening to 2 hours after park closing for buses. The monorails run 30 minutes prior to earliest park opening and 1 hour after latest park closing. Boats vary by destination and water weather conditions, so you never quite know when those are going to start moving, but it should be before the parks open. So you don't need to worry about Magical Express not running. It goes 24 hours a day, but you will need to pick up your own luggage if it's after 10 p.m. Now, if your flight gets in late, no worries. Just head to the pickup area on the first floor of the airport and they'll get you on the next bus to your resort. Okay, you lost your MagicBand. No problem, don't panic. Just go to guest services to deactivate your band that you lost and get a brand new one. That's no problem. MagicBands are linked to your account and can only be used by you. That's why they have the biometric scan and take a photo on your first ticket use, so you don't have to worry about someone else using it. And all of your fast passes, reservations, etc. are linked to your account, so you don't have to worry about losing any of that info either. And of course, that's why they have a PIN number to actually use the credit card on your MagicBand. You have to use your PIN number, so if the person who has your MagicBand doesn't know your PIN number, they won't be able to make any charges. Now, if you lost something else, you can swing by guest services or the place you last saw the item to see if anyone has turned it in, but more than likely, you'll be directed to submit a lost item report. So you can access the report through the Disney World website or by heading directly to chargerback.com/DisneyWorld. Now, the same procedure applies if you've forgotten something in your resort room or anywhere else on Disney World property. So if you've forgotten something on the Magical Express before or after your vacation, you can call 866-599-0951 to double check on that. But anything else you lose on Disney World property, you can go ahead through that chargerback.com and submit a lost item report. All right, you have a headache. It happens all the time. The heat of the park, the crazy pace that we take when we're in Disney World, and getting very little sleep can all mean that things are not going to go so well in your head. So you can pick up some pain reliever meds or Band-Aids at guest services, or you can head to first aid for either of those. Plus, lots more simple first aid items, should you need them when you're in the parks, are available at first aid as well. First aid also carries thermometer strips, cold medicine, EpiPens, and even Powerade if you're dealing with dehydration. Speaking of, if you're dehydrated, which we always tell you to drink a lot of water when you're in the parks, even if you don't think you need it, but if you are dehydrated or you really need some water, don't throw away your expensive water bottle. Fill it up at quick service locations or at bottle filling stations in the parks. They're starting to put a few of those super convenient bottle filling stations around the park, so definitely keep an eye out for those. Okay, the next Disney World problem we're going to solve for you, you're running late for your Fast Pass, your dining reservation, etc. Okay, so you're running late for your Fast Pass. Modify your Fast Pass on My Disney Experience in your app. You can absolutely modify that Fast Pass, no problem. So you can always check for a later time. Super easy to change times in there, assuming they're available. And if you're going to miss your window, be sure to cancel or change your Fast Pass so that someone else can grab it. Everyone loves a last-minute Fast Pass. Now remember, you usually have about a 15-minute grace period for your Fast Pass, so you should be able to still get on that ride up to 15 minutes after your Fast Pass time has ended, but of course that is subject to change. If you're late for your dining reservation, you can try to modify it on My Disney Experience, or you may need to call to modify that dining reservation. Just call Disney. They'll show you the little number right on your My Disney Experience account if you're not able to modify it in the app. So you can call them and modify that reservation for later in the day or another day altogether. Next, maybe you need to nurse or the kiddos need a break. Now, this happens all the time on those busy rope drop to fireworks days in Disney World. You may need to nurse or pump or change the baby or just take a breather with your kiddo. Go to the baby care center. A lot of people don't realize the baby care centers even exist. There's one in every single park. You can get things like diapers, baby food, infant and children's medications, binkies, passies, etc. there. You can even warm food in bottles, and they have a private nursing area there for you. It doesn't cost anything to go in. Go ahead in, even if you have a kiddo who just needs a little bit of downtime. You can head to the baby care center and just chill out in there in some air conditioning with your child or with the person who needs a little bit of downtime. So just check the maps. They're available in every park. And note that some of those products will be an extra added cost. So if you do need diapers or baby food, things like that, you will have to pay for those. All right, next problem we're going to solve for you. You don't know the wait times for the rides. Now, there's no point in wasting time running across the park to see how long a wait it is for Soarin'. Just check the My Disney Experience app. Now, this is super helpful if you've got some time to kill before your next Fast Pass. Just see if anything is a short wait. Head over there to fit an extra ride into your day. Also, if you're in a crowded park and thinking about hopping to another one, you can see which park is the least crowded or at least has the shortest wait times by just looking at that map on the My Disney Experience app. Now, if you're staying on site, you can even see when the next bus is coming. You'll find it in the My Disney Experience app under your resort info or in the screens at the bus stops. All right, speaking of rides, you made it through the queue, but you don't want to ride. So maybe you want to stay with your family through the whole queue line for Tower of Terror, but you don't want to ride. No worries. Those thrill rides do all have what they call chicken exits. So just let the cast member know at the end of the queue that you don't want to ride and you'll be taken to a chicken exit. And oddly, at Tower of Terror, the chicken exit is actually an elevator, but we promise this one won't drop quite so fast. Also, if your kid thinks he's brave enough to ride, but he's not, you can always do the rider swap. So request a rider switch from the cast member at the entrance to the attraction you're looking to ride. One caretaker can ride while the other waits with the younger kiddos, and then you switch and the other caretaker, and presumably the older kids, usually up to 3 guests, get to ride right after without waiting in line again. So that's a good way for your older kids to ride the ride twice in a row as well. All right, your phone battery died or some other mobile device, so you can just get a fuel rod. So each park has several fuel rod machines where you can purchase a fuel rod that will come with all the adapters you need: USB to micro USB, 30-pin Apple cable, and a lightning to USB cable. And once you've purchased it, you can swap them out for fully charged ones at any time. If anything goes wrong, their customer service is excellent. Now, you can also find fuel rods in airports and some shopping malls, so it's not just a Disney World purchase. Plus, they can be recharged via outlet as well. So you can actually pick up a fuel rod when you're at home in a shopping mall or an airport before you go, and then you've got one ready to go that you can just keep swapping out at Disney World for new fuel rods. Oh, here's the terrible nightmare situation. You lost your kid. It happens all the time at Disney World, so don't panic. You tell a cast member immediately that you can't find your child and they will go into action. It will definitely be taken care of for you. Now, note that wherever your kid is, if they find a cast member and let them know that they can't find their moms and dads, the cast members are super reassuring to kids and explain that they are not lost, their parents are lost. So first, the cast members will check the immediate area and ask their parents' names and if they can remember what they're wearing, what color their hair is, and things like that. And if the parents are not found within a few minutes, the kids are taken to the baby care center to be reunited with their parents. It's a really good idea to always tell your kids if they get lost to find any single person with a name tag and show them a name tag on a cast member so they know what to look for if this does happen. Okay, the souvenir you just bought broke. or the Mickey bar you bought, or the ice cream, or whatever item you're gonna eat next fell down. This happens all the time. Most of the cast members will replace the item directly, so that includes the souvenir that you bought that just broke, or the Mickey bar that fell on the ground. They are trained to just replace the item, no questions asked. So just head back to where you bought it and let them know what happened, and they should be able to replace it. Also note that cast members might be able to replace batteries and things like fans and light up toys that were purchased on property. This isn't guaranteed. There are usually just a few items they can do this with, but it's definitely worth a try if you guys are running out your batteries. All right, you've got a wardrobe malfunction. If there's a problem, head to guest services in the parks for safety pins, rubber bands, tape, scissors, and glue, whatever you need to kind of get back put together. And if you're back at the resort and need a more permanent fix, the front desk should have a needle and thread for you. Next problem we can solve, your car won't start or you don't remember where you parked. Just flag down a parking cast member or security cast member in the parking lot for help. Security can help jump your car and you can scoot to the car care center near Magic Kingdom if you need to. And if you forgot where you parked, ask a parking cast member. They have a chart by time of arrival of where cars are parked. Next problem we're going to solve for you, there's a long line for counter service food. Again, if you're there during any sort of busy time in Disney World, there's going to be long lines for counter service food, especially if you eat at regular dining times. So as always, we're going to tell you about mobile order. You can check out menus through the My Disney Experience app, including secret menus at a few locations, which can only be seen through the mobile order menu. And you'll go ahead and order through your My Disney Experience app, pay for your meal or snack on the app. Note that you can use your Disney Dining Plan credits to pay for it through the app as well. And when you arrive at the restaurant, just click I'm here and they'll start preparing your food, and it'll let you know when it's ready for pickup. So you'll find the mobile order counter for that restaurant and you get to skip the long line altogether. So that's pretty awesome. And finally, you're overspending. So Disney is really expensive and it's really easy to blow your budget when your kids see a souvenir they have to have. You see snacks you can't live without trying, and you're tapping your MagicBand to pay for it all. So here's our quick fix. Purchase a gift card with a limited amount of money on it, or multiple gift cards to help you budget for snacks and souvenirs. And then once it's out, it's out. Although you can, of course, reload, but your kids don't necessarily have to know that. So let them know, here's our gift card. This is how much money we have to spend on extra things in the parks, and once it's gone, it's gone. So hopefully that helps you guys. There's a lot of issues and problems that can plague your Disney World vacation, but a lot of them are really, really solvable. So be sure to note this stuff for when you're there, bookmark this video, and we'll make sure you get out of those jams when you're in the Disney parks. As always, thanks for listening and thanks for watching, you guys. This is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.